Hello everybody. This video serves as a training module for how to use the disbursement voucher form on Bobcat Connect. This is the first page that you'll be directed to after you use your Ohio University login to log into Bobcat Connect. This is considered your Explore page. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go up to the top left-hand corner and open up our navigation menu. And you'll see that it has a bunch of different options here. We're going to choose the option to head to the forms. Once we get to this page, we can see all of the different forms that are available to all users, and we're going to select the form that says Student Organization Disbursement Voucher. Once we start this form, you'll see that it gives you a little bit of a description on the capabilities of this form. So we can use this form to reimburse a member of the organization. We can use this form to pay an Ohio University student for a service. We can also pay a non-student for a service. We can pay an external supplier for a good. And we can also transfer money to another university or student organization account. And so the form is rather self-explanatory. We're going to want to make sure that we put in our organization name and our 4-digit account number. And we're also going to want to select what account we want to pull the money from. And so if you are unfamiliar with your 4-digit account number, or you don't quite understand the different accounts that you have, or if you have multiple accounts, then you should look at the training module for the Oracle Business Intelligence and the account information and the financial information. Moving forward, we are going to select what kind of transactions we need to make, and so we can certainly choose to reimburse a member of our organization, or we can choose to pay a non-student, or we can choose to pay an external supplier. Today I'm going to show you these 3 sections of the form because they kind of cover the basic format of all of the different sections. So starting out, we're going to reimburse a member of our organization, and it'll take us to a question where it asks if our reimbursement includes the payment of gas. And so if we were to select yes, then it would just ask us for some information about mileage and so forth. But for our case, we're going to keep it simple. We're just going to say no. So this is the page that you are taken to finally to put in the reimbursement information. So you're going to have to put in the information for the payee and like why they're being paid and who they are and their PID and all that stuff. And then we're also going to need you to include some kind of proof of like why the purchase was required, or some kind of proof that like the actual meeting or whatever happened, or the event happened and so forth. So if you're buying pizza for a club meeting, then you need to make sure that you include like a picture of people eating pizza at the meeting, or a screenshot of the group chat where you talked about the meeting, or a screenshot of the social media post that invites people to come to the meeting, something like that. And then you're going to need to include the information about the actual purchase itself. So if we were, say, buying pizza from Plus One Pizza, and our reimbursement amount was $19.99, okay? Then that's good to go, and then we would also upload a receipt. And so it's possible that you might just get a receipt that has like a final total for your purchase, but you might be purchasing maybe like multiple pizzas. Maybe we bought 2 $10 pizzas here or something like that, and with tax it ended up actually costing us like 21 or 21 or something. So then we would need to make sure that the receipt is broken up based on everything that you're purchasing. So it would show you the cost of one pizza, and it would show you the cost of tax and so forth. And so that's what it is considered to be whenever it is an itemized receipt. And you can also include other businesses. So say that we also went to Walmart and bought like some kind of drink or something like that. Then we would put that in, and then we put the reimbursement amount, which was maybe like $5.99 or something. And then if you had any other businesses, you could put that in. If you go over businesses and you need more, then you can just submit another form with all the same information except for the businesses that you used and the reimbursement amounts. And then in addition, if you need to reimburse a second person, then you just need to submit a second form with the other person's information. And so then if we head back here to one of the other sections that we need to talk about, we can also pay a non-student for a service. And so this is an example of what that page would look like, and we put in information about the non-student, and then we'd also need to include a W-9 and a supplier information form. Now it's possible that if you submitted this form before for the same payee, then you might not need to submit these forms again. So unless you know that a W-9 and a supplier information form has been submitted to us already, then you definitely need to include those. And then you also need to include some kind of service agreement. If this is like an honorarium for somebody to come speak or something like that, then we have examples of honorarium agreement forms and stuff like that. But you can also just include like an email that talks about the agreement and the pricing and things like that. And then also it's possible that you might need a short form agreement. It honestly depends on a bunch of different things, and you can read more about that if you have to fill out this form, because there's a lot of instructions right here. And then moving back, the third thing that kind of rounds out all of our different sections here is paying an external supplier for a good. And so again, it's the same deal with the W-9 and the supplier information form. You're required to submit those to us unless you know for a fact that we already have those on file for your external supplier or whatever. And then you're also going to need to include some kind of invoice or proof of cost. So it can just be an email agreement or anything like that. And so the form in general is pretty self-explanatory. If you have any further questions, feel free to stop in our office and ask us, or you can email us at involvement@ohio.edu.